Alright, so let's use online purchases. So, show table. Okay, so it looks like we actually have all the tables. Let's do a quick describe of a few and see. Okay, so you even have the keys and the auto increment setup. Okay, nice. So let's quickly check if we have data. Okay, so we also have data in users. Okay, in orders. Oh, nice. Okay, product. So it looks like we have populated the data the other day, and let's see if we have populated the associative entities, users, orders. Oh yeah, select star from. Okay, so we have even populated the users orders table. So even the associative entity is populated. So all we'll have to do is we'll have to do a join. Did we discuss table aliases and column aliases the other day? Any recollection? Yes. Okay. So since we have, let me quickly show you all a quick join, and let's see if you all recollect this one. So this here is a table alias u. Okay. In join users who join to orders. Orders users orders. On u dot id is equal to users orders. Oh yeah, user underscore id. Nice. So let's actually continue joining tables. User orders is over. Mm, orders o on o dot id is equal to u dot order id. Okay, so now we have users and orders. Let's do a join on orders products on op dot product id is equal to o dot id. It has to be o dot no p dot id in a join. Hang on. So we are actually joining something to. Okay, so it has to be o dot id, and this has to be order id, right? So we actually have orders here, and we are actually doing a join on products. So yeah, it has to be order id. Order id in join products p, and here it will be p dot id and op dot product id. Okay, so okay, okay. So here, does anybody have any questions with this query? Like, did you all understand it? Is it, or did you all not understand this?
You basically join three tables, right?
I actually joined 5 tables, right? So it has to be orders, users,
Users,
and
orders,
products.
products.
Yeah, plus the associative entities, right?
Hmm.
So let me actually copy this. So let's actually take one step at a time. Let's actually copy this and um, com- okay. So from users, inner join on. Oh, hang on. Yeah, users orders on so and so. Then inner join on so and so, and again inner join on so and so, and then again inner join on so and so. Okay. So if we add a little extra space in here, okay, so we actually are joining 5 tables, not 3 tables. So let's do this. Yeah, so we actually are joining 5 tables, right? So one, let's actually, just for consistency purposes, let's get this guy here. Okay, so we actually are joining 5 tables: users, users orders, orders, order products, and order products. And the reason that we are doing this is there can be many users who will place many orders. So to handle that many to many situation, we are creating a users orders, and there can be many orders for many products. That's why we are handling this in an orders products associative entity. Okay, uh, did we discuss something called 1NF and 2NF? Any recollection? First normalization form. Okay, we did. Yeah, so to handle the many to many thing, we are actually what is it, going for a second normalization form and partially a third normalization form. Okay, and since first normalization form also talks about atomic values, we are even bringing in some part of the first normalization. Okay, so do you all have any questions with this join? It is a little big, I'll have to accept it, but do you all understand what we are trying to do here?
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect, perfect. So now that we have an idea, so the other day I was actually saying that I'll actually give you all a database. Okay, um, which, so that you all can actually work on that. Oh yeah, so databases, because I mean I was actually thinking about the amount of work that I probably would have put in. That's probably a lot. So what we have is a test database called I mean, I've actually created this test employees database. So tables. Okay, so the number of tables that we have here, that there are a lot of tables. Okay, and just so you all have an understanding of heavy data, what we have are let's actually cut it. Let's say count. Yeah, so there are around 300,000 records in the employees table. Okay, so it probably would be a good test for how you'll actually work with this data. Okay, So I'll actually send you all the installation instructions probably today at the end of the class or tomorrow at the end of the class. Okay, and then you all can actually perform all kinds of joins, uh, because if we do a show tables, we actually have employees, the employees that or like the department that the employees have worked, the department that the managers have worked, the salaries and the titles that the employees have held. So as an example, select star from titles. Looks like there are a lot. Limit. Yeah, see, there are a lot of titles. Okay, so the takeaway from this today has to be a few things. The first thing is to understand how do you all perform aggregate functions. Okay, the second thing is going to be how do you all perform the, I mean, if you all want say just a few records, how do you all do that? Okay, so let's actually start with limiting the number of records. Okay, so let's actually say at this point, let me do a query on employees. Okay, so when I say select star from employees, and if I want to get just 100 records, okay, at that point I would do select star from employees limit 100. Okay, and at that point I'll actually fetch the data. I mean, if you all have any idea with or any experience with SQL Server, you will actually write the same query like this. Okay, so it is the equivalent to top. Okay, so we'll say top 100 star. Okay, that would work in what is it, SQL Server, but that wouldn't work in MySQL. So to get that functionality, you do this. Okay, so it is limit, where you're limiting the number of records that come back from the the database. Okay, now if you want to say that okay, I've already got 100 records. Okay, what do I do? I mean, like I've had enough of these 100 records. Give me, say, like the next 100. Assume that you are in a pagination. Okay, if you are in a pagination program, okay, what will happen is you'll only get the first 20 records. Okay, and then you'll actually have the next button and previous button and all that fancy stuff. Okay, at that point the first page would show 20 records. On click of the button, there should be the next 20 rows that pop up. Okay, so for that, the way we would handle that case is going to be offset. Okay, where we would say so let's actually begin with limit 20. Okay, so now we are saying that we have got the first 20 records. Now we want the second 20 records. At that point, all we would say offset 20. Okay, so offset would be the keyword that you all want to keep in mind. Okay, so when we do offset 20, we are going to get the records from 21st to the next. And keep in mind, offset is exclusive. Okay, it's not inclusive. So when we say offset for 20 records, it is going to exclusively take 20 records out and it would start from the next one. Okay, so if you all say offset 10, the record would start from 11. If you say offset 0, at that point the record would start from 1. Okay, so offset 0, okay, is probably like the most common thing. Okay, the reason for that being, assuming that you are on the first page, okay, you all can have a condition saying that if is set offset, override the offset. If not, offset is equal to 0. Okay, so to handle that, or what you'll write is a simple ternary operator. Okay, so it would look something like that, where offset is equal to, normally this should actually come from the URL. Okay, so you would say, I don't know, if you say OF as your key. Okay, or let's actually do this, is set. Okay, at that point, if offset exists, the value is going to be offset. Okay, if not, it will be 0. Okay, so this is how you would actually make your query dynamic in PHP. Okay, Yeah, so now we have actually taken a look at two things. The first one is limit, the second one is offset. Now let's actually look at aggregate functions. Okay, so what do I mean by aggregate functions? Okay, so here what I'm saying is I want only 20 records. Okay, but how am I going to confirm that there are 20 records, or say, so I mean, we can probably say that it's only 20. Okay, we can actually count them, but if I say 216, okay, what is the surety that I'm only getting 216? So that for that we have something called count. Okay, we would say select count star from employees, limit 216. So the answer should be 216. Oh, it didn't work. Interesting. Now why wouldn't that work? I was actually hoping that if I limit the number of records, it would actually give me only the records that I've limited. It looks like it's actually returning the whole thing. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Or let's actually say where okay, I don't know. So let's do describe where, okay, so gender is equal to enumeration. Okay, so it looks like where works. Okay, limit doesn't work. Okay, yeah, but again, see, that makes sense because where is the first thing that is going to run, because it goes on to the column first. Okay, so again, yeah, so there is one other thing to note here. If you all take a look at it, the gender has been declared as an as something called an enumeration. So how would I explain enumeration? Okay, so enum is actually called an enumeration. Okay, so in programming there is a concept of structures and enumerations. Okay, so in both of them the difference is very subtle. Okay, but both of them, what they would say is, the say if it is a structure, the properties are constant. I mean, again, when I say constant, there cannot be any new properties that can be added or that should be added to a structure. For an enumeration, values are constant. So in PHP what we have seen was, if we say constant dollar $x is equal to 10, okay, that becomes 10. Okay, the value is big, the value is 10. Or you would have even seen this where you would say define x is equal to 10. Okay, so these two are constant values. Okay, but if you see, this is a single value. There is only one value. But if we use an enumeration in any programming language, the values are going to be constant, as similar to the structures. Okay, at this point, are you all clear with enumeration? So that is the only programming concept that we probably have not discussed. Enumerations and structures, for that matter. All good? No questions? Can you use it or give example? Use what? Enumeration? Yeah. Yeah, see, here it's already being used, right? See, enumeration MF. So I actually noticed it here. Until then, even I did not plan on talking about it. But here, it says gender is enumeration. Gender is of enumeration type. Okay. So it's, so I mean, in this case, I would have actually handled it like as a boolean, but they are handling it as an actual character. Okay, and they are actually saying that it could either be M or it could either be F. There cannot be another value. So they are actually making the value constant, and they are actually allowing us to choose which constant to be part of it. Because if we do select star from employees where gender not equal to M, or yeah, gender not equal to F. See, but or is the problem. Okay, have to do and. Okay, so at that point the set empty, this I mean it is going to be an empty set. The reason for that is there cannot be another value other than M and F. Okay, so that is how, so they're actually restricting the values just like a structure. So let's actually see, look at a structure real quick. Mm, structures PHP. I really don't think there are structures in PHP by themselves. So let's actually see structures in C sharp. Okay, so you'll actually okay, so I, not that I'm actually going off topic, okay, but PHP doesn't implement real structures. Okay, so to understand the concept of structures we'll have to take a look at something like C sharp or Java. Okay, uh, so if we would want to do a structure in PHP we'll have to do something like this. We would say class employee struct. Okay, and we would given properties. We would say dollar name is equal to this, dollar hire date is equal to that, dollar title is equal to something. Yeah, so this is how we would actually do a structure in PHP. Okay, but if you want a real structure this is how you'll do it. Okay, and if you all want to so let's see, if you all want to modify anything you will not be able to modify. Okay, um, so let's actually double check. Yeah, there's a value type that is typically used to encapsulate small groups of values. Hmm, uh, yeah, see, I mean, yeah, but see again, I cannot find that actual string where it would say that we cannot modify the properties. But long story short, yeah, I'm glad that you got it. But the main point here is it, an enumeration would be an enumeration if uh, what is it? If you cannot change the values and you're kind of forced to use those values itself. So what you are saying now? Um, what am I saying now? I mean, was that a question or what was the what is the second question or what is your current question, Munjal? I got it. Oh, okay, okay. You got what I was saying. Okay, perfect. So let's actually go back to our employees database. Show show tables. Show tables. Okay. So we have taken a look at star. Okay. So what else can we do? Yeah. So let's actually take a look at max. Um, so let's do describe employees. Oh, employee number. Okay. So if you want to get a maximum number, okay. See, this might not make sense for the ID, but if you all have say like a scores column, okay, at that point you all could do a max on it. Okay. So in this case, since I do not have a scores column, I'll do a max on employee from employees. Oh wow. Okay. So that is the maximum employee number. Okay, the other one obviously is going to be min, right? So you have a maximum employee number and the minimum employee number, or the least and the highest. Now what else can we do? Yeah, let's actually look at order by. Okay, so now let's actually look at the names. Okay, select staff from employees, limit 100. Okay, so here it's not alphabetic. Yeah, see, I don't know if alphabetical is the right word, but yeah, so they actually are in a wrong order of names. Okay, I want them to start with A and then go down to Z. Okay, so at that point, and this is only for the first name, so at that point I can actually use something called order by. Okay, let's say order select staff from, no, yeah, select staff from employees. For some reason I lost the cursor. Come on. Okay, okay, order by first name. Okay, limit 100. Let's only get 100. So for some reason my VM is hanging. Ah, so let's open up activity monitor. Oh, see, I'm running out of RAM. So let's purge. Nice. Are you all still there?
Yeah.
Uh, oh, okay, perfect. Give me 1 second, guys. Hey, sorry guys. So let's actually, yeah. So I actually was running out of RAM, so that was a problem. Now the query would run fine, and if you actually scroll up, nothing really happened. Hang on. Yeah, actually it worked. Okay, so yeah, so this was the query. Okay, where I was ordering it by first name. Okay, and it looks like it is working. Okay, where we would say where all the names are starting with A. Okay, now let's actually do this where we would say order by first name and last name. So it will be a, so both the names have to be ordered from the start. So yeah, so see A and A, all these, and after that, after both A's, it will be A B. Okay, and so on. So the first 100 records would show up in that fashion. So this is one other aggregate thing. And so let me quickly look up what other aggregate functionality can SQL provide. See, the other one is group by. You can look at that. So yeah, group by is one. Yeah, I guess that's all. So let me actually show you all what group by does. So here, see, there is nothing to group by. Okay, yeah. So if we actually want to take a look at all the, if you want to take a look at all the, or like the number of women, okay, the number of females at work in this company, okay, what will you do? We'll say select star from employees where gender is equal to F. Hmm. So that's a lot of people, right? So now one way of getting the total number of people that work here that are female are this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, so the other way that we can do is we can say count of gender. Okay, and rather than where we would say something called group by gender. Okay, so here there are two things. So we are actually getting two numbers. Okay, we are actually getting yeah, we are actually getting two numbers. Now let's see what are those two numbers. Okay, so it's a gender comma. So there are around 179,000 men and 120,000 women. Okay, but if we just want uh, people or like employees who are women, okay, at that point I don't think we can do where with gender with, what is it, with a group by. So let me actually quickly try. I'm pretty sure it will fail. Yeah, it does. Okay, so the other way of handling it is this one, group by gender having, yeah, see, this would work. Okay, so when we are actually using group by for aggregation, we would have to say having. Okay, and yeah, see, the other one is going to be M. Okay, so if you all want to group by, so I mean, see, this might not make a lot of sense here, but the assume that you actually are working on an employee dashboard. Okay, now there are employees from HR, there are employees from tech, there are employees from finance, there are employees from legal, and so on. Now what you want to do is you just want to see everybody grouped by their department. So all that you do is you just do group by. So you just say something like this, uh, and group by, what is it, group by mm, division. See, division is not right word. Group by department. Okay, yeah, group by department. At that point all of them would be grouped. Okay, and I think there is a departments table. So let's see, show tables. Okay, so see, we actually have a department table. So let's actually do some joins, perform joins. Inner join department emp. describe departments, departments, then describe department employees. Okay, nice. And so everything is based on employee number and department number. Let's actually do a quick join. Let's say select staff from employees e in join department employee de on e dot employee number is equal to de dot employee number in join departments d on de dot department number is equal to d dot department number. So since there'll be lots of records, let's only get 100. See, man, there are a lot of records already. Okay, so now uh, okay, see, all of them are customer service, right? So now let's actually do this. Okay, let's actually say, let's get a count of people in each department, right? That makes sense. So count of d d what is it, dpt underscore name. Yeah, nice. Come on, good. D dot department name. Okay, yeah, hang on. So what are we trying to do? We have to group by department. Okay, and we have to get the number of people in each, right, each thing. So we'll have to do count number of e dot employee numbers on d e. Okay, and we'll say d dot department name, and we can do control end. So let's actually remove limit, group by d dot. See, for some reason group by doesn't like extra columns. Okay, so see how functionally awesome this group by functionality is. See, all I've done is I'm saying group by department. Okay, and give me the number of people who work in each department. And see, I mean, there are a lot of people who work in this company. It's pretty huge. So it's like a big buy, not big buy, Best Buy or Walmart or Sam's, that kind of an organization, given the number of people who work for this company. Okay, so yeah, so this is group by. And if you all want to make go crazy, you can say having I don't know. Yeah, and so I mean, you can actually do a lot of stuff. Okay, so let me quickly make a list of what we have done already. Okay, so we have actually done a little bit of joins. Where did that go? Okay, here, a little bit of joins. Okay, and then what we have done are aggregate functions as count, max and min. Then we took a look at limit and offset, and then we took a look at have group by and having. Okay, so all of these things, okay, you all need to understand this on a functional level. Do not look at it at a query level, but always look at it at a functional level, because unless you understand the power of it or functionality, I'm like 100% sure that you all wouldn't be able to use this anywhere, because it is always the idea that actually gets you all going forward. because unless you all understand why you'll have to use this, you all wouldn't have an idea why you all have to use this. So are there any questions as to why you all would have to implement any of these? I mean, this actually might sound a little rhetorical, but I'm actually serious. Do you all have any questions about why you'll have to use any of these? Say like count or max or min or group by or having. No questions? Awesome.
I'm good.
Perfect. So we have around 15 minutes. So let's actually take a look at subselects. Okay. This is another favorite topic of mine. Okay. So, okay. So select star from employees, right? Okay. Select star from employees is a query. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I actually want to get users of a certain attribute where, um, okay. So let's actually do this. Let us actually select star from titles. Limit 100. Okay. Now there are so many titles, right? Or each person has a number of titles. Now all I want to know. Okay, so here is another thing. We can actually do distinct to get unique data. Okay, we would say distinct title. Yeah, we say distinct title from titles to get all the unique values. Okay, so these are the unique values. Okay, now technique leader. Okay, I actually like this guy. Okay, now I all I want to know is all the people. Okay, select star from titles where title is equal to this guy, technique leader. Okay, not even technical leader, just technique leader. Okay, and I want the top 15 of them. Okay, so but see, the problem is I want to know their names. I cannot actually go out and yell these numbers, right? I cannot say, okay, 10,021, come here, okay, and all this kind of stuff. So what I want to know are their names. Now one way of handling it is going to be doing a join. Okay, I would actually do a join on employees and titles, and I would actually get the name from it. Another way of doing it is, okay, another way of doing it is by using something called a subselect. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll say select uh, first name from, oh, we could even do last name, so we can actually avoid any kind of naming redundancies. Just select first name last name from employees where, okay, id, okay, in, you would say this. Okay, select star from titles, no, no, you will have to say select employee number. Okay, because we are only looking for employee number and this has to be employee number, not id. Okay, employee number in. Okay, so since I have not talked about in, I'll actually show you what in can do. Okay, so in actually takes a what is it? It actually takes an array of values. Okay, and it can actually print out the first name and last name. Okay, so let's say 10,021, 10,025, and 10,033. See, it actually prints all these three people. Now what we will do is we'll actually replace this with a query that is fetching this data. So we'll say select employee number from titles where title is equal to technique leader. And since we only want 15 people, or like the top 15 people, we'll limit the number of people. Uh, this version doesn't yet support Oh, it doesn't support limit functionality in subquery. I wonder what kind of a sad version is this. So let's actually check out the version. MySQL root minus v. Mm, it says 5.5 and 5.5 is relatively new. Oh boy. Yeah, so we cannot do a limit in a subquery. But yeah, what we can do is we can actually limit it here. Okay, see, but the only problem is the subquery would actually return thousands of data, which is something that we'll have to find a way to avoid it if you are working in real time. Okay, uh, but yeah, if we just want to see the top 15 people, all that we'll have to do is we'll say select employee number from titles, and at that point it would actually return an array of title, an array of employee numbers, and then we are actually feeding those employee numbers to this query. Okay, so that is how subselect works. And I'm pretty sure that if we would have done the limit, I guess in SQL Server and Postgres, okay, at that point the limit functionality would work in both the subselects. But I'll actually double check it probably tonight or tomorrow, and I'll actually let you all know. So those are the subselects. Okay. So are there any questions? Do you all have any questions with the subselects? Man, you're awfully quiet. So let me actually ask you all this. Have you all set up any tables, any primary keys, any foreign keys, anything? Ones and zeros, either a one or a zero? Yes or no? I started, not came to keys yet. Okay. Yeah, see, I mean, do what you all can. Make sure that you all go through the keys part and all this stuff. It actually, I mean, all this probably might come across to be trivial, but trust me, I mean, people actually care about all this stuff. So, yeah, be a little careful and make sure that you all complete it. Um so what we can do after this is we have around 7 minutes. If you all are okay, we can probably take a look at say like a basic uh, stored proc. You have like 7 minutes.
No, no, no.
No? Okay.
Stored procedures, no.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can
I
probably come
dread
back
them.
tomorrow. Yeah. Say it again.
I dread stored procedures, so yeah, no, not today.
Yeah, I mean, see again, and you know what? Pooja, the best part is you hate stored procedures,
I
and
dread them. I don't hate them. I like, it's like I get nightmares over them. So,
no, get ready for something that's worse than a nightmare. Okay. The good thing here is you actually are working with MySQL, okay? And MySQL is so notorious that it wouldn't even give you the right error, okay? It is going to be fun. I mean, if you do not like working with stored procedures, welcome to the welcome to your chosen land. Okay, you'll really like it.
oh my God,
Trust me.
I
Yeah,
don't
No,
want
in
to.
MySQL
I
is
don't want to
pretty
wake up
looks pretty
tomorrow
easy,
and
but it's
come.
still like a nightmare.
yeah. Trust me. I mean, it is right that MySQL is pretty. We actually have a bad documentation with MySQL and stored procedures since they are multi-line uh, things. It is a little complex. I mean, when compared to say SQL Server. I mean that is my experience. Because with SQL Server, it's actually easier with stored procedures or with any SQL for that matter. Uh, but with MySQL, it is a little hard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll actually know it. Uh, yeah.
I don't know. Overall store procedures are not good ones. I know that for sure.
Yeah, they're not fun. They're not at all fun.
Okay.
But yeah, since we are here and since you do not like them, let's actually take a basic look at one of them. Okay, and let's actually see procedure. Because I actually am not sure. I haven't done these in a little bit. Create procedure. Okay, nice. Begin. Select star from titles. Limit 100. See. See. So I shouldn't actually put in a put in one of those things. So this is one thing. Store procedure. Begin. Oh, we have to begin with a delimiter. Okay. So this is going to fail anyways. Okay. Yeah. See, I was expecting it. So we'll have to begin with something called a delimiter. Would say dollar dollar, and then we would say create procedure. Begin. Select stuff from titles. Limit 100 dollar dollar. Oh, dude. Yeah, I shouldn't have done dollar dollar. See, this is how hard it can actually get. Okay, so I'll try it again. Delimiter. Create procedure. Begin. Select star from titles. Limit 100. Okay, and so at the end, I'll have to do this. Boom! It failed again. Okay, so what happened here?
Fun begins, Sai.
Yeah,
The
see,
fun
fun.
begins.
It is real fun. Trust me. So what I normally do is I actually write the write uh, write my store procedures here, and then I actually copy and paste. It's not at all fun. But anyways, we'll actually take a look at them tomorrow. Uh, but yeah, I mean, see, there are places where uh, people kind of like everybody writing store procedures. So make sure that you all have basic idea of how to like come up with a store procedure. Very basic idea. So tomorrow we'll actually look at store procedures by themselves completely. So again, store procedures are like of at least there are three types. The first one is where it would be a blank or like a regular store procedure, which would only return, I won't say return, but it would print data. The second one is it would actually take some arguments and print data. And the third one is going to be it is going to take some arguments, print some data, and also return a value. Okay, return like a singular value, not a whole table, but it would return a or a data set. It would only return a single value like a 0 or 1. Okay, so we'll actually look at these three concepts tomorrow. Okay, any questions, any
No.
answers? See, if you all do not have any questions,
No answers.
I'll probably start asking for answers from tomorrow. Okay. uh, uh, all right, so let's call it a day at this point, and I'll actually upload yesterday's video, not yesterday, Sunday's video and today's video, and I'll actually email them over to you all.
All right. Thanks, Sai.
Okay,
Yeah. Good
have a
night.
good evening, guys. Enjoy.